30 days or so. And some people think that's, your time is up. There's no time to actually make some progress. That's too late. That's absolutely not true. You have a lot of time to make some changes. And today I'm going to give you 5 tips to have a full body transformation before the summer starts. And you can actually apply these after the summer starts to keep seeing these progress and all these changes. There's nutrition as a part of this. There's also training that's involved in this. And before I get into this, let me know where you're watching me from. I'm from New York, and I'm curious where you're watching me from. Make sure you like the video also and share it. It helps me out tremendously. So the first tip for a full body transformation is to think about carbs. And why carbs? Because they're delicious, first of all. But on top of that, carbs make it extremely easy to overeat calories on. They're delicious. You have some maybe with your drinks on the weekends, maybe some for late night snacking, you're watching TV, all that stuff. Carbs are not bad for you. They just make it very easy to overeat on. So when thinking about carbs, try to get most of your carbs from fruits and vegetables. What this is going to do is this will not create a good or bad relationship with looking at carbs because you're still going to be eating them. But if you get most of your carbs from fruits and vegetables, you will find that you'll just become more satiated, a lot more full, much sooner. If you compare your situation maybe to eating carbs from just potato chips and ice cream, you can eat a lot of that because it's delicious, but it's also a lot of calories in that. But if you replace that for perhaps fruits, frozen fresh fruits, maybe smoothies, it could be even vegetables, you'll find that you will be a lot more fuller a lot quicker by eating those carbs from those foods instead of the delicious snacks. And if you want to have some snacks afterwards, by all means do it, but have your essentials beforehand, because if you fill up on the essentials, you have a lot less desire or cravings to eat food that will just push you over your caloric limit. So still eat your carbs, just get them from other areas. The second tip for a full body transformation is talk about protein, because nutrition is the most important part as far as any kind of body transformation. So why is protein important? People think that's for recovery mostly, which is true. It's very important for recovery, but there's 2 other reasons why you want to have a full or you want to have more protein in your nutrition. The first one is because protein keeps you fuller much longer than any other macronutrient. It's very, very satiating because if you eat a whole bunch of protein, you will likely not overeat on other foods that will just push you over your calories without filling you up, because protein is very, very satiating. So if you make it a goal to eat anything, just make sure it has protein in it. But the second reason why protein is so important is because of something called TEF, or the thermic effect of food. Essentially, your body uses calories to break down, digest, and absorb food, right? But as compared to carbs and fats, protein takes a lot more calories for your body to break it down, digest it, absorb it, and do its thing with the protein. So effectively, if you go from having a very low protein intake to a high protein intake, you will increase your metabolism just by eating more protein, even if your calories are the same. If you change it up from a low protein diet to a high protein diet, you will increase your metabolism without doing anything as far as changing your calories, which is very, very important. And I'm curious, how much protein do you eat per day? I eat about 240 grams. I'm a big guy. I'm curious, how many grams of protein do you eat? Or if you don't know how many grams of protein you eat, say, I don't know, down below. And the third tip for a full body transformation before the summer starts is talking about strength training. Now, why is this so important? Is because when you lose weight, you want to actually look good, especially if you go into the beach, if you go into the pool. So you want to actually look good. And as far as strength training, I would suggest at a minimum 3 days a week. And if you're curious about what kind of routine should I do, what kind of workout split should I do, I say keep it very, very simple. Have a push day where you do a whole bunch of pushing exercises like for your shoulders, for your chest, for your triceps. Have a pull day like for your biceps, for your back, and have a lower body day, squats, leg presses, lunges, stuff like that, and repeat it the next week. If you don't want to do that, you can also do an upper body day followed by a lower body day followed by a full body day. Also a great choice. But if you get into a habit of just going to the gym and making that into a habit, it doesn't really matter what you do. You can figure out those details later, but take messy action. I talk about it all the time. If you want to work out in the gym, great. If you want to work out at home, that's also great. Just get into the habit of being a bit more physically active. So 3 days a week, I would strongly recommend that. If you want to do about 4 or 5 days, even better. But just doing something as compared to just not doing anything will be a lot or a much better choice. And I'm curious also, how many days a week do you currently work out? I work out about 5 times a week. occasionally six if I do a home workout, if I'm not at the gym. I'm curious, how many times a week do you work out yourself? The fourth tip for a full body transformation is talking about NEAT. And I don't mean keep it neat, but NEAT is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. NEAT is essentially all the calories your body burns outside of exercising. So what this may look like for you is going for a walk. Maybe it's doing more laundry. It's making dinner instead of buying dinner outside. It's going to a supermarket and actually buying your groceries and picking it out and doing the checkout, for example, as compared to getting your groceries delivered. It could be mowing the lawn or trimming, I don't know, or the lawn, or maybe it's cleaning up your closet. This all burns calories. And NEAT actually is a much bigger portion of your caloric burn than working out. Because if you make it a goal to be a bit more active every day, such as cleaning your closet, maybe it's going to for a short walk or going to a supermarket, that will done if done consistently, that will burn more calories than working out, just to put into perspective. So if you're doing laundry, maybe do laundry for an additional day during the week. If you're cleaning the closet once a month or once every 2 months, try to clean your closets once every couple of weeks. That'll be a huge improvement as far as your caloric burn. And the last tip, which is the most important one, the fifth tip to get a full body transformation, is talking about consistency, because there will be times when you fall off track. There will be times when you feel like it's just not working out. The scale is not moving, which is a whole different conversation, which you shouldn't attach yourself to. But if you feel like it's not going right, or if you feel like you're getting off track and you want to do more, or you want to eat less because it's just something's up and you want to change things up, I would strongly suggest to refocus on your consistency. Not by doing more, not by eating less, not by trying something new. Just focus on being consistent, because there will be times when you just get off track. There will be times when you feel like it's just not working out and you want to do something different. And that's when it matters most, because if you try something different, that's when you start going downhill, because you start not really focusing or dialing in on anything. So when you're in that position, focus on consistency. See what you were doing before and do more of that. So if you were working out, for example, 3 times a week, and now you're barely working out and barely walking, you're eating differently, don't try a whole different diet. Don't try a whole different workout plan. That's not what you need. You need more consistency of what you were doing before. And that will realign you and make you have more control. And control is what you have to have, and have a feeling of control while doing this journey. Because if you feel no control, your motivation will be zero, and you will feel like you just want to keep trying different things. So focus on consistency when you feel times of when you're going off track or just not working out as well as you may want it to. So these are 5 tips that will get you a full body transformation before the summer starts. 30 days is a long time, but every single day wasted of no action is a day where you lose time. So just take messy action. Don't worry about the details. Don't worry about trying everything perfectly. Figure out those details later. Cross that bridge when you need to. Just take messy action now. And if you want personal support, some guidance, and some just accountability on reaching your own weight loss goal, you can shoot me a message, say 2022, or drop a comment down below, say 2022. I'll reach out to you and see if we're a good fit to even work together. And if you also drop down below in the comments what your biggest takeaway was from this video. I'm curious to know. And hopefully this helps. And make sure you like the video, share it. It helps me out tremendously. And I'll see you next time.